The following is brought to you by Cranbrook Television Limited.
Welcome to Round Town.
1978 Sam Steele Days Parade.
1980 there's a period when
to Rocky Horror.
This is my guest, Roy Orbison.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Welcome Wagon's 38th Bridal Showcase in Cranbrook. I'm Bridal Sudo, your Welcome Wagon hostess for this afternoon. Welcome Wagon is a national greeting service. We welcome new residents with our affiliated sponsors in Cranbrook. Not only do we welcome new residents, new babies, we have a business professional welcome, a campus welcome, and a plus 50 showcase. Assisting me this afternoon is our assistant bridal hostess and community hostess, Janet Hain. Janet? I think she's in the back. Community and baby hostess, Denny Williams. Community hostess from Kimberley, Olive Mufford, and she's at the back. And our newest Welcome Wagon hostess, a campus welcome hostess, Maria McDonald. The Welcome Wagon Bridal Showcase is an excellent opportunity for you to view the many displays and talk with the sponsors of our program, who will give you valuable and expert advice on making your wedding plans. Your wedding is probably the biggest celebration you will ever plan. Our sponsors here today have the knowledge and time to help you make your wedding and your homemaking plans run smoothly. Don't hesitate to call upon them with any questions that you have. At each table you received a complimentary gift from the sponsors that you have spoken with this afternoon, and they have provided beautiful door prizes which we will be drawing for shortly. The Daily Townsman sends their greetings to you today, and they've included a wedding form for you to fill out. They will be pleased to publish your wedding story free of charge on their wedding page, a fantastic keepsake for your wedding book. Now is the time to compile your guest list for your reception and make arrangements for invitations. Kootenai Quickprint and the Kootenai Advertiser have an excellent selection of wedding invitations in your gift bag. Kootenai Quickprint has included a wedding tradition guides and the responsibilities of the wedding party members. And just a reminder, if the winners of the door prizes would please stand up and acknowledge their presence when your name is called. And you may pick up your gifts at the gift table after the fashion show. Also in your gift package is a copy of today's Brides magazine, Compliments of Welcome Wagon. And you have received a dream honeymoon entry for a trip to Sardinia, which we ask you to fill out and return to us before you leave. And we'll have a basket on the stage, and you can bring them up here to the podium. His Worship Mayor Patterson sends his congratulations and best wishes to each of you. I would now like to introduce you to Brett Myers from the new FM country station, The Outlaw, who will be our co-host today.
Okay, Beryl, I'm a little bit taller, so I'm just going to move this up a little bit. How's everybody doing today? How about that snowfall last night? Was it just me? There's snow out there. And just as we're all getting our hair done and everything this morning, of course it's windy out and then it's slushy out, and it was just the hardest thing to do at 8 this morning. Okay, well here we are. You guys are on your way to the altar, the bridal fair. I'd like to welcome everybody here and thank you, Beryl, for choosing me as your co-host. It's been a lot of fun so far getting everything ready. Now, after you have chosen your wedding date, the first thing that you must do is make arrangements for your wedding service at the church of your choice. Marriage preparation classes are necessary in many faiths, not all, and you have to make those done before your wedding vows can be exchanged. Your own church may have its preparation course, and inquire there first for more information. Now, traditionally, the bride's family has usually paid for their daughter's wedding. However, if you should, choose. Expenses can be divided any way that is appropriate, as long as it's who is paying for what, so that you don't have those last-minute things to be taken care of. Just make sure it is clear from the very beginning. If the groom's family wants to contribute to the wedding, accept their gracious offer, and their participation is appropriate, provided that it is agreed beforehand. Now that you have a tentative budget set and your church arrangements are made, you must arrange one of the funnest parts of any wedding, that's the reception. Now, with family and friends of all ages gathered to celebrate, you'll want your reception to be remembered as something special, something that says you. And where you hold it is also very important. And here to tell you about that, for planning your reception at a hotel, is Corinne Friesen. Corinne?
Thank you, Brett. I can sneak in under these. It's kind of nice. Once in a while it's nice to be short, not very often. A special welcome to you all. I want to see how many of you are brides. Can I have your hands go up? Oh, wow. I think we outdone last time. Where are all these brides coming from? I know where they're coming from. I've got a full slate next summer. Really, almost a full house here. Although I must, if anyone's looking for a long weekend date, I've had one come open. I had a bride and a groom call me from Europe. They've had to change some plans, and my 1st of July weekend has come open. The July weekend holiday. So if anybody's looking for that date, I do have it open. See, I'm always selling. Oh, well. But a special welcome. The joy and the excitement of the wedding ceremony has taken place. And everyone in the wedding party, as well as family and friends, are ready to celebrate the event of your lifetime, your wedding day. There are so many ways to celebrate your special day, as many as there are prospective brides here today. I know you all want something just a little different. In other words, you all have your own ideas as to the type of wedding, and of course there are always limitations, darn it, like money. So budget. I'm used to dealing with any budget, believe me. I have to really try to make the best of very little sometimes, and I'm good at it. So come and see me, I can help you. We at the hotel are prepared to help you with all the details of planning your wedding reception. We do receptions ranging in size from 10 persons to 400 persons. We do larger ones outside this building. We've done weddings all over this community, including out in the countryside, just wherever. But we have a wonderful ballroom. We have a number of other rooms, various sizes that I know would be suitable for whatever your event is. You might want a morning wedding and celebrate with a wedding breakfast or brunch. And that's a good one for the budget as well. A midday wedding followed by a luncheon, or a mid-afternoon ceremony followed by a tea or a cocktail reception. The breakfast, the brunch, the lunch are great ideas if you're watching the budget. We can deal with quite a limited amount of money and come out very well on those. Again, I remind you that we do cater out of the building. If you'd like a garden wedding, something in your own backyard, something in the park maybe, whatever it may be. As I've mentioned before, the banquet room is always rental free when you're having a meal. Whatever is the correct size for your event, if you're planning an event of 100 or more people, it would be in this main ballroom. If you were having 60 to 70 people, it would be in our club room on the lower level. It might be in our boardroom, it might be in our conference room, our director's room. Just depending on the size of the event, we give you a complimentary room rent-free for that event. Also, there's complimentary coffee service late in the evening at all our big wedding events in the ballroom. We have a complimentary change room for all our brides, and the happy couple may keep that for the night. And a lovely gift of champagne, cheese, and fruit will be found in the honeymoon suite by the happy couple. There are a lot of reasons to book your wedding reception at the Inn of the South, and here are just a few more. Special group room rates for all your out-of-town guests. Professional planning regarding detailed setups, plans, estimates, advice regarding timing, service, cost-saving beverages and food. Great attention to detail. And believe me, I can be a pain. Just ask some of the people that have to help me do these things. But I am fussy. The best of linen tablecloths, choices of table setups, choices of colors for your linen napkins, skirting that you saw throughout the hotel today, special tables for cake tables, guest book tables, gift tables. All these things available right here, and you don't have to worry about them. I do. Professional menu planning and food service. Name it, we'll prepare it for you. Come in, let me know your budget, and we'll come up with a plan for you. And best of all, guess what? No cleanup. That's the best part. No, I mean it seriously. I'm happy to help you, even if your wedding is elsewhere. If you have questions for me later, drop by and see me. I don't mind helping you at all. Most important, be sure to book your date early. As I mentioned earlier, my dates are pretty well socked full in this room for this summer. I have very, very little space left, but I do have that one weekend that came open. I also have my club room open. I have a few odd dates for this ballroom open this summer, so stop by and see me. I'm wishing you all the best, and I want to remind you that we are having just a small sample of some of the food items we have available here at the Inn of the South. We have a wonderful new chef, and things are looking great. So stop by, test the food, test the punch, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. It's going to be spectacular. Oh, I know I have to make a draw as well. I'm going to be drawing for a $50 gift certificate for someone to use toward their wedding. It might be used if your wedding is planned elsewhere. It might be used for your honeymoon suite or your rehearsal dinner, any of those things. And the winner is Vicky Sagai, is it? Vicky Sagai? Sager? I'm sorry about that. I couldn't read it well. Thanks. Drop by and see me after, and I'll give you the envelope. Thanks. And back to you, Brett.
Thank you very much. And you did mention the punch. Let's hear it for Corrine. And thank you to the Inn of the South for this great bridal fair. Now moving on, as she did just draw the $50 gift certificate winner, we're going to do some other draws now, maybe to help it along. Burl?
I'll let you do the draws.
Okay, I'm going to draw, she's going to read because she can probably pronounce names better than I can. Oh, now. Okay, this is for the Copper Kettle Boutique, and they are giving away a chip and dip tray. And the winner is Nancy Hunt. Nancy, congratulations. She can pick that up after. You can pick that up after the show? At the door. At the door. They'll be at the table. Okay, now this is for Jules on 9th. And listen to this, a freshwater pearl necklace and earrings to give away. Is that my drum roll? Is that Steel Wheels? This is the band, you guys. They'll be entertaining us throughout the show. Now this is the winner, Dixie Johnson. Dixie? Okay, now this is the Cranbrook Home Bakery. I hear some seams tightening already. Oh, this is going to be great. We've got 2 draws for buttercream cake. Okay? Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Okay. Shauna Eberly. Okay, now that's the first buttercream cake. Is this working out okay? Okay. You might want to read that one.
Paige Lancaster.
Paige Lancaster. Paige, are you here? Enjoy your buttercream cake. Okay, now Mary Kay, the representative Lorna Young, I do believe. Okay, she is giving away a glamour palette, and my sister sells Mary Kay, so it's nice when Christmas comes around because they got some great stuff. Okay, now the winner is Val Hodgins. Val, congratulations. Now Cobblestone Lane has a purse to give away. We're going to go deep this time. Where's my drum roll? It's nice when it's kind of intermittent. Ooh, this is a hard one.
Carrie Ema.
Carrie Ema? Congratulations. It was the IGH. I just kind of, ooh. When in doubt, ask Burl.
Was that Cobblestone Lane?
Yes, it was. For a purse from Cobblestone Lane. Okay, now this is from Renaissance, who did all the hair today of the people involved with the bridal show and the fashion show. They're giving away a gift basket. Wish I could win it. Renata Renata Chiz. Congratulations. Moving on. Okay, we're going to continue giving away the gifts. And here we go with our next one. This is from Creative Paperworks. It's a photo frame. The winner is
Lorene Lacatiro.
Lorene Lacatiro. Is that right, Lorene? What is it, Lorene? Lorene?
Oh, not even close.
Congratulations. I'm just bethumbled.
You can pick it up.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Lorene. Lorraine?
We'll do it too many times.
No, just a couple. Okay, now this is for CJ Sounds Music Limited, a $75 gift certificate.
Katie Jeffers.
Katie Jeffers. Katie, congratulations. This is for CJ Sounds. Now, Celebration Cakes has a cookbook to give away. And the winner of that is Karen Burt. Congratulations, Karen. The Celebration Cakes. Okay, now M&D Balloon Wrap. Oh, I just love their stuff. And it's flowers in a balloon. So the winner of that is, just to make sure, Tracy Chorley. Tracy? There she is, way in the back. Got the light in my eye. Congratulations, Tracy. Okay, now this is from Bosch Kitchen Equipment. And they have a very nice sharp bread knife, which is something I need around my house. Okay, Carol Dixon. Carol, congratulations. We would now like to call on Judy Blumenauer from Renaissance, the Artistic Center. Judy.
Thank you. I'll just find my little notes I tucked underneath here. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for getting up so bright and early this morning, and especially all the staff and all the models, because I think you're in for a treat today. I'd like to thank the Welcome Wagon for having us here, and I would like to thank Western Beauty Supply that gave us the samples for you today. Now, we stapled them together for you. Bring them in if someone put a staple in it, because I think some of them might have leaked out. They were in a bit of a hurry when they put them together for you. There's a gift certificate in there for you, for each and every one of you. And what I'd like to suggest for you, I'm going to make this brief, is come in for a free consultation prior to your wedding. There's nothing worse than getting your hair done that day. It isn't what you thought it was going to be. This is your special day. Have it done once. If it's not what you want to, do it again. We call these pre-trials. You can bring your whole bridal party in. We also do makeup. We'll give you tips for photography. If you use a matte powder, for example, then you don't get shiny hot spots on your photos, and you'll save a lot in retouching fees. There's lots of tips that we can give you. The consultations are no charge, and we like to make it as relaxing for you and as enjoyable as possible. When you get your headpieces, then you can bring them in and we'll talk to you about what we think you should do, bring in photos, and we'll help you out. We'll help you make it a special day. We suggest that you book well in advance. The most we're equipped to do is 4 weddings a day. We expect everyone to arrive on time when we're doing that so that each person doesn't put the other person out, and we will look after your whole bridal party. So drop by or reserve a time for a free consultation. So I think you've heard enough from me. On with the show. You're in for a treat. just like to thank all the models. Would you come back out for us? And especially all the staff that got up and really worked at this for you. And a special thanks to Susan Forrest from Cranberry Lane, who designed all our gowns for us. And a special thanks to Corey, Lawrence, Sherry, and Judy. Come on out, you guys. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
And the thing is, that is really hair. Those bows, it's all hair. Wow. Thank you very much, Judy. That was great. Okay, now it's on again to the gift giving. This is from Electronic Encounters. They have a balloon arrangement to give away. And this is for Alyssa Clibbett. Alyssa? Okay, let me just check that off. Now from Wedding Memories, they have a photo album for you. And the winner of that is Linda Mercer. Linda? Congratulations. Coming on after those ladies. Oh my God. Wow, they just look terrific. Okay, now overweighty, this is 2 draws. Both are for a deli tray. The winner of the first one is Glenda Worley. I guess she's happy about it. Congratulations. Now this is for the second one. An overweighty deli tray. And that's Paula Hess. Congratulations, Paula. Okay, now from Tupperware, it's a Serve It All set. Okay. Those are always handy to have. And here we go. Elaine Secreto. Elaine, did I say it right? Okay, congratulations. Now from the Cranbrook Photo Source, they're giving away an engagement photo. So hey, the lucky winner is Kim Hoff. Congratulations, Kim. Yep, and here goes the seams again. What are you doing? Here goes the seams again. It's from the Kimberley City Bakery, a Black Forest cake. Anybody? Exactly. Drum roll, come on. Okay, that's more like it. From the Kimberley City Bakery, the winner is Rhonda Huska. Congratulations, Rhonda. Okay, this is from E.H. Delamont's. Oh, he's on the ball. Listen to that. They're giving away a jewelry box and a jewelry bag. And here we go. The winner is Dana Corbin, I do believe. Was that right, Dana? Dana? Oh, that's your... Okay, Dana Corbin. That's the mother. Congratulations to her. Okay. This is from Glenn Bell Photography. And he is, again, giving away an engagement photo. Jackie Stahl. Jackie, are you out there? Congratulations. Hi. Okay, from Swanson's Menswear. Kurt has an autograph. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. An autographed shirt and tie. No, it's just a shirt and a tie. The autograph, well, you can always ask Kurt when he comes up in a couple of moments. Tina, Tina Alford. I was going to say it, but you know, just want to make sure. Congratulations. Hey, hey. Okay, just gotta cross that up. Okay, now listen to this from Lamb Productions, a bridal pillow and a $250 gift certificate. Here we go. Yeah, we do need a drum roll for this one. Okay. Jennifer Fiddler. Congratulations. Okay, now Safeway has 2 fruit baskets to give away. 2 draws. Here we go, down deep. Okay. Cindy Leichman. There you are, Cindy. Congratulations. Okay. And one more. Let's go down. Deep, 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 deep. Here we are. Lisa, oh, this is one. Burl? Lisa Esau? What is it? Was that right? Okay. Well, hey, congratulations. Now from Wizard Hill Productions, we have a $100 gift certificate. And the winner is Julie Hunt. Congratulations. She's like, eh. Congratulations, Julie. Now, from Lasting Memories Phonograph, we've got a frame. And, oh, this is probably the bottom one. Right at the bottom. Leslie Fitzpatrick. Leslie, are you? Congratulations. We got one more draw from Gallagher's Travel, I do believe. Yes. 2 mugs and a $50 gift certificate, maybe towards that honeymoon you were planning. Congratulations to, Julie Huska. Congratulations, Julie. I just heard another Huska over there before. I'm like, hey. Now I'm going to hand it over to Burl. Thank you very much.
Now, for the highlights of the afternoon bridal showcase, our fashion show, courtesy of Cobblestone Lane, Swanson's Menswear, CJ Sounds Music Limited, MJ Floral Design, and Renaissance, the Artistic Center. And now here to commentate our fashion show is Jamie Broadhurst and Kurt Swanson.
Get organized here. Okay, this one's for
That's
you.
mine? Okay. Thank you.
Well, hello, can everybody hear? Everybody can hear. What a great hair show. That was so cool.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Anyway, I'd like to welcome you all out to our Bridal Showcase this afternoon. Of course, this is Jamie. You might know her from Chrissy Goes Country or other stage productions around town as well as my stereo.
And you definitely Kurt Swanson from Swanson's Menswear.
Anyway, we'd like to get on with the show. And what you're going to see this afternoon are, of course, the latest in bridal dresses from Cobblestone Lane Bridal Boutique, as well as the latest in tuxedos from Swanson's Menswear. Keep in mind that we can answer your questions after the show as well, downstairs at one of the booths, so our Cobblestone Lane booth downstairs. And feel free to ask any of the models questions about maybe modeling for you.
Okay.
Anyway, on with the show. Curtains. You got any curtains? Hello?
Cobblestone Lane Boutique and Bridal carries an extensive line of party dresses for that special evening out. Today, you will see a variety of styles, fabrics, and colors to suit any occasion. The gloves and jewelry worn by the models are also from Cobblestone Lane.
First of all, I had no idea that, I knew Cobblestone Lane had a lot of dresses, but I had no idea about the array of dresses that I have seen not only here so far, but in the back room when the models have been walking around.
They certainly do. Not only do they have party dresses, they also carry day wear and wedding gowns as well. So, how about that tan of yours then, Kurt?
Well, I have to tell you about this because I'll tell you later. I didn't say no, I said whoa. I'm not so sure I wanted my wife to come see all these dresses. I can imagine when the bank accounts come through. Anyway, it's good to be here today, definitely, because we drove from Calgary last night after getting off our honeymoon for 2 weeks in Port Florida.
Him and his wife, not me and him.
Well, it's really funny down there. They say that the rich Mexicans always have a wife and a mistress, so I'm trying to bring my wife into a Mexican way of living. She's too Canadian. But it was a great place to go if you ever want to go on a honeymoon to Puerto Vallarta. It's quite clean and very inexpensive if you watch what you do. Yes. Okay. Here we are with the guys. What we wanted to show you was a little road robes for winter, actually. More hot tubs are around than ever before, and of course, you need a robe with a hot tub. I'm not selling hot tubs, but if I was, you need a robe. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but I know they were in good shape because about 4 of our models today were playing for the Cranbrook Colts, and we got them off a hockey game last night. We're going to do this today. We're having spaces. And just be patient with us, please. The models have the guys got off a late night of playing hockey and couldn't get them out to rehearsal. So, but we'll do great.
Sure we will. Well, while we're waiting, why don't you tell us how far ahead you should book your tuxes before the wedding?
It's a very good question, and one that everybody should think about, for the fact that if it's too late, obviously you might not get the selection that you want, but you want to make sure you got everything organized. And one of the things you do is everything goes in a procedure. Like, first of all, you pick out your bridesmaids' dresses and you pick out the colors, and then you go by look at the tuxedos so that you can match up the colors with the cummerbunds and vests to go along with the bridesmaids' dresses. One of the best times of the year to book the tuxedos is potentially January, is because if they were going to have a sale or a deal, that's when they come out with them, is in January, February. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the other advantage is that they come out with the new swatches and the new colors for the coming season. So the new catalogs will be out within January, beginning of January, end of December. So if you want to see the new styles for '96, come at that time. Are we ready for the next set? Hello.
Ready? Our bride, Carrie, is wearing a beautiful satin brocade by Alfred Angelo. This gown features rows of beadwork on the neckline, sleeves, and the hem. A truly magnificent gown.
Here we have Bill in a tailed tuxedo with an array of colors in his vest to match the dresses.
Her beautiful headpiece and veil are trimmed with pearls, satin roses, and clear sequins. Laura and Darcy are wearing long blue velvet gowns, one featuring white lace trim and a butterfly satin bow at the back, and one featuring velvet bodice and a crepe skirt. Deep slits in the sides add to the allure.
And behind we have Loretta, Brant, and Paige. We just open up there a little bit so the crowd can see.
Loretta, sorry, go ahead.
Brant has a tail tuxedo on to match Bill, as you can see, as well as the vest, with the colors to match the bridesmaids' dresses.
Loretta's two-piece suit in rose is perfect for an outdoor garden wedding. And Paige looks adorable in her pink taffeta dress, trimmed with beaded neckline and self-lined crinoline underskirt. Loretta feels comfortable in her two-piece rose pantsuit. Right. Good.
That's it. Yeah. What you're going to see today with the tuxedos in particular, you're going to see a number of lapels and double-breasted and single-breasted tuxedos, just to give you an idea of the different styles. So if they don't match it correctly, you know, so one of the questions I have about bride dresses is essentially what every bride is probably asking yourself when they go to shop. Why should I shop at Cobblestone Lane?
That's a very good question. Cobblestone Lane is very competitive with their prices. They keep up with all the styles of the larger areas and the prices, and they carry a price range for anybody, any budget. So what the best thing to do is go in and talk to a saleswoman, tell them your budget, and they'll be sure to help you with their great customer service and explain to you your options.
Does that answer the question?
Serena looks very classic in this dress, designed by Bridal Originals.
Here we have Scott in a 3-button tuxedo.
Soft stretch netting on sleeves and neckline is finished off with a design of pearls and French lace.
Again, you can have a look at Scott's accessories and you can see there is so many different ways you can go.
Brooklyn looks refreshing in an Alfred Angelo gown of cotton chintz. Featuring a halter top, this versatile dress can be worn any season.
And here we have Morgan, I believe, in a double-breasted tuxedo.
Jennifer will steal the show in this sweet dress in soft organza, trimmed with neckline and waist with lace and beads.
It looks like Brent had a quick change with his tie. That's one of the problems an up-and-coming model has these days. Other than the rooster tail, it's looking pretty good. I've noticed that girls are more assertive these days.
So, what happens if all the people in the bridal party are from out of town? How do you go about dealing with that?
And you want to have the wedding here, obviously.
Well, obviously, yes, in Cranbrook, but all your people in your bridal party are out of town.
A lot of times you'll find that when you drift apart with your friends, drift apart over the years and they go to different towns and whatnot, and when you want to have your wedding in Cranbrook, for example, you wonder how you can get everything done and have all the guys and everybody done. Well, we have affiliates all over British Columbia and Canada that you can go into their shops and or go into a menswear shop where you can get professionally measured. And I reiterate professional. And 9 times out of 10, we have very, very few problems with that. But most of the time, if it's done professionally, all we have to do is lengthen the leg or shorten the sleeve. So what that means is telling the person, your groomsman, to go into the tuxedo shop in Prince George, for example, get measured up, bring the measurements to me, and we put the order together. And then you've got all the tuxedos here. When they show up, I have to make sure that they fit and they work out.
Phil in a beautiful 2-piece blue suit by Laura Ann. Jacket is featured a colored pearl buttons and sequins. Loretta is wearing a classical suit from JS Collections featuring a front and matching covered buttons. Laura feels light as a feather in this Victorian sensational silk dress, featuring long sleeves, natural silk roses, a slimming basque waist, and cathedral train. Her veil of natural silk roses is trimmed with pearls, and there are also pearls on the veil for a stunning effect.
And you notice how the flowers on the wrist and the, what do you call it, the bouquet?
Okay.
They all match. There we go. So that's so different than putting it actually on the lapel or something like that. You can wear it on the wrist. What are you finding for styles and whatnot coming into colors? What are you seeing for cobblestone lane and bridal dresses, whatever, for 96, 95?
Well, definitely for this season in the bridesmaids, we're seeing a tea-length dress, and they're mostly coming in the darker jewel tones, seeing it's fall and winter right now, like aubergine, a navy blue color, cranberry, that kind of thing. Darker for the winter seasons.
Like the balloons.
Right, exactly. Serena is wearing a stunning Jessica McClintock design of white georgette, which is ideal for a second wedding. The sleeveless gown with a V-neck, lace collar, rose and tea-length fleur skirt.
And we thank Andy again for coming out. He is one of our top Cranbrook Colt players this year. I think he feels more comfortable in a pair of skates than he does a tuxedo. But he looks great. And thanks very much for coming out. What you'll notice is Andy's vest, if you could show us just a moment, Andy. Hold on there. It's an off-white vest. So to answer your dilemma about if I'm going to wear an off-white dress, there's your solution to match up with your groom.
So Kurt, what kind of prices on tuxes are we looking at here?
Well, because the companies that we deal with are nationwide, meaning all across Canada, and of course they've got outlets in most communities, classic formal wear, as well as Freeman formal wear. The tuxedos you see today are from Freeman. We deal with two companies to give people a bit better selection, as well as accessibility. If you do want to go to a classy outlet in wherever, they're very Western Canadian oriented, so there's a lot more. There's a lot of places to go to. So, as far as pricing goes, they're pretty straight across the board, and we want to compete with anybody out there, as well as the big cities also. So, if we can get a better company for a better price, we're going to offer it to you. That's for sure.
Great.
One of the things with tuxedos and dresses is they're hard to get in.
Brooklyn looks fabulous in this long turquoise brocade gown, featuring a long, slim skirt, a back tail, and short, ruffled sleeves.
And you can see the vest that Billy has on over his belly there. There is a hint of green in there. Now, with a lot of the vests that you'll find, even if you don't have the dress matched up exactly, you can pick up the color in the vest. So you don't have to worry about getting that exact same color, because some of the bridesmaids' dresses are pretty unique fabrics.
feels fabulous in this two-piece burgundy suit by La Mode, featuring a full Georgette skirt and lace trimmed with hearts and rhinestone jackets. And Jennifer looks beautiful in this dress by BBR.
Now what you have, obviously, is the bride with a long train, and it's wonderful. But you can also see how the colors all blend in together, the burgundy with the green.
Darcy is wearing a romantic dress from Party Time. This stunning gown is a rich white satin and features a sweetheart neckline, a heart-shaped back adorned with white pearls. Long sleeves and a cathedral train are adorned with lace, pearls, and sheer cutouts.
We'll try and get that on the way back so people from the crowd can see that. There's sure a lot of work that goes into a lot of these dresses.
Definitely.
Come on, groom, get your man. We're just standing there. He's so nervous, he doesn't know what to do. Yeah, it's a wonderful train. I couldn't help notice the bouquet that the bride had, and so much work that has gone into that. Looks like the MJs is doing a fantastic job of putting the flowers together.
Laura is stunning in this halter-style brocade bridal gown with a V-neck trimmed with beads, pearls, and rhinestone buttons. Monica will take the center stage in this heirloom design by Bridal Originals. It's a soft stretch neckline with Victoria collar, beaded appliques on the bodice, and a Venice trim.
You can't take too high a step with that one.
Carrie loves the feel of this soft stretch netting on the sleeves and bodice. Beautiful appliques adorn the bodice and neck of this lace satin heirloom dress by Jennifer McClintock.
You're asking about a Western wedding? This is one option.
Tanya is ready for her Western wedding in this outfit that will ride into the sunset with her handsome cowboy. Her Western hat is covered with Alicon lace, sequins, and pearls, with a fringe tip veil. Serena complements the bride perfectly in her dress of green lace over satin.
I can't help it. Scott's got a price tag. There's no extra charge for that. If you're asking, we're getting more, because we're in redneck capital of Western Canada. We do get a fair amount of Western weddings. And the majority of the time, and again, you can mix and match however you want, but the majority of the time what we do put with the Western tux is the tail tux. because it gives you the best look, and if you put the best with it, it comes out really well. Scott had just a regular 3-button jacket on, and it'll work out fine that way. But if you're asking about a Western tuxedo, the two companies that we have, they don't have one. And what you would get from a Western tuxedo as opposed to a regular tail tux is probably the added yoke on it. So if you want the yoke, you got to go to Calgary, I think. A couple other notes about when you're trying to pick out your tuxedos. Obviously, you want to get your brides in their dresses first. Bring in a piece of material when you come in to pick out the dresses or the tuxedos. And because we have all the swatches in the store, and we can match it almost as close to your dresses as you want. As well as a lot of the vests, again, have a number of different shades in the vest, so it's pretty easy to do. We have Monica. They're so hard to get into and out of those dresses. Please be patient with us. It's the models are working as hard as they can. And for the bucks they get.
Looks like they're just about ready.
So what about if a bridesmaid's dress needs altered? That's a big problem, isn't it?
Well, it can be. But at Cobblestone Lane, they have their own seamstress that can alter your dress so that to make sure it's a perfect fit. Just bring it on in and they'll see what they can do with it.
Well, that's a big problem in that a lot of brides tend to lose a lot of weight before they get married, whether it's from nerves or just trying to get the smaller size dress. Did I tell you about Puerto Vallarta?
No, you didn't.
What a place to go on a honeymoon. It was our honeymoon. We got married in May, and we spent 2 weeks in Puerto Vallarta, and it was just fantastic. So if you ever need any travel hints about that destination, please ask. Nothing but sunshine, and then we come back, and we drove back last night and come back in a blizzard. Welcome to Canada, man.
Okay, it looks like we're ready. Monica looks great in this dress of teal crepe. The cape collar and back detail add elegance to this gorgeous dress. Carrie features this popular look of lace over satin in a navy blue. The collar is trimmed with Venice lace applique and a matching rose. Darcy looks great in this teal lace over satin in an A-line. The spiderweb effect in the back is clinched with a rhinestone brooch.
My only question about now is, I didn't know there was that many tall girls in Cranbrook.
So, you were married in May, right? That's what you just said? So what kind of advice can you give the people here? Some wedding advice for the brides and grooms.
It's my wedding. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Brooklyn looks wonderful in this sheath look with a wrap-around attached skirt with beautiful Venice lace and pearls. Adorn the bodice, hem, and waistline.
Again, you can tell Morgan has a tail tuxedo on with the cream-colored vest that goes great with that dress.
Serena is stunning in this beautiful plum dress. It features a roached collar and a butterfly bow in the back.
And this is Cranbrook's own Riley Nelson on the right here.
Laura also looks stunning in this plum dress. It's decorated with also a roach design on the front. And keep in mind that all the jewelry you see here today can also be found at Cobblestone Lane.
Again, you can tell in the vest, that especially Riley has on, you can see the plum in there, even though they're purple as well. The set we have now is we want to show you again. Cover buds are these things, and I mean, well, who is like cover buds? What do I mean? Why would somebody do that? Anyway, what we're going to show you is some vests by themselves, so that you can see the different shades and colors in them when the guys trample into their tuxedos. Did I dodge that question again about the...
I think you did, yeah.
Here again we have the red brocade vest, so to speak, and they're just brilliant colors. They come in a number that comes in gold, and it comes in jade, emerald, very, very classy looking. Because how many times do you see the grooms and groomsmen at the wedding gas their jacket after the first 5 minutes? At least you can keep the vests on a little bit longer. I really want to answer that question.
Yeah.
I think when we were planning our wedding, my wife was really stressed. And I say that in a positive way. But I think the biggest thing is that remember that you're planning a party, and you're planning a celebration, and there are things that are going to go wrong. And who cares, because it's just going to be a good party and a good family experience anyway. And whatever does go wrong a year from now or 2 months from now won't matter even at all. So whether the ring bearer goes up in front of the altar and just sits down, it's not to worry. And I think that's the biggest thing that I could ever say about getting married and putting on a wedding like we're promoting as business people here, is that be happy and do it and have fun with it and just go with it.
It's pretty good advice. Brooklyn will make a memorable entrance with this romantic, rich white satin by Moncher. The scalloped V neckline, scalloped basque waist, and butterfly bow with an orchestra, with a cathedral train will look beautiful. Lots of detail on the train with pearls and cleared sequins and sheer cutouts add to the beauty.
And as you can see, Morgan has a tailed tuxedo on, which obviously he is the groom. And the groomsman, Riley, you can put in a plain jacket as to distinguish him from the groom.
Laura and Darcy love the feeling of the rich purple velvet in their gowns.
You can have a look again at Scott's tuxedo and see that it is a two-button tuxedo. So there's a number of different styles, and we wanted to show you all of them while we had the tuxedos in our possession.
Take notice of the beautiful backs of the bridesmaids' gowns. One of them uses straps to make a design, and the other is an off-the-shoulder with trim on the back, or along the top. Both of them create quite a stunning effect.
Walk that up good there, big guy. Not too high. I don't know, I'm just a hockey puck.
I think we're on this one.
What we're going to show you is the big wedding. We call it the big show, the last set that we're going to show you. And we're going to try and put together the wedding party as close together as we can. And then we picked red out as the color that we're going to show you with all of the accessories. So hopefully it'll work out. It gets kind of confusing when you're mixing and matching accessories in the back room, and you really, unless you've been in a fashion show and put on bridal dresses and tuxedos, it's hard to realize how much time it does take to put on a bow tie. And I get so many grooms that phone me up and say, "Kurt, can you come down on Saturday and help me get dressed?" and that's one of the other services that we do try and do. If, in fact, we can work it out. Sometimes we have a number of weddings on Saturdays, but we like to, if at all possible, to go to your residence or wherever you're getting dressed at and help put on the corsages and get the ties so they're just right on, so when they do walk out that everything is correct. So it sounds like here's the next set. Brad has been so good about this. He even took his cowboy boots off.
Frills, ruffles, and lace over organza by BBR is truly adorable on our Flower Girl page.
I don't want nothing to do with those kids.
Jennifer looks gorgeous in a ruffled organza and satin dress. Phil is in a two-piece cream suit with a beautiful organza and Venice lace collar. Loretta is in a three-piece royal blue suit featuring a cutout embroidered collar and white and gold buttons.
Again, we have Brad with the accessory in red that just looks great together.
Serena feels elegant in this dress of red crepe and stretch lace. Monica looks stunning in this beautiful, rich white satin sheath with detachable train and sleeves. The incredible beadwork on this dress and train and scalloped hemline are trimmed with rows of beads that truly look beautiful.
And again, Andy is taking time out from his hockey duties as well as Brad over on the left side to come and do the fashion show for us today. So many times you'll find that the kids steal the show. They really do. Yeah, Andy, good job. Get a good picture of the train on this one. This one is driving me nuts. I know my wife is here and I'm not really looking for any favors, but I really, when I seen Monica in that dress there, I felt like... Anyway, thanks for listening. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring everybody out and have a good look again at what we have showing you today in our grand finale. We thank you for your patience, and hopefully we've given you the keys to wedding success. It should be both.
Yeah.
So without another shuffle or two from behind, we'll have everybody come out and give you just a bit different look that you can have also a more of a romantic look. We've added some candles for this, I hope.
There they go.
Over there. Can you see if those are getting down?
they're on the stage.
Oh, they're on the stage. Thank you to Brant and Riley.
Serena, Jennifer, and Paige.
And Brad.
And Darcy.
Billy was at the reception already.
And Carrie. And Laura.
Thanks to Scott for taking some time out and doing this today. Boy, he got two brides in one.
Thanks to Brooklyn and Tanya. Loretta and Phil.
And here we have Andy and Monica. And here you have today's models, folks. Give them a big round of applause. amazing amount of work that the ladies especially have put in today by showing up with their hairstyles and getting them done with beauty and Renaissance hair design, which they did a fantastic job. Thank you very much, models. We really appreciate your help and supporting and getting our businesses helping these people that are getting married. We get a chance to do this twice a year, and it is really nice to see that the Welcome Wagon is doing a good job and get promoting it, as well as the businesses that are here. And we would like to extend appreciation to you again for coming and being patient with us in our fashion show and letting us show you the products that we do have for you. And thank you very much, Jamie.
Yes, thank you too, Kurt.
Thanks a lot, Kurt and Jamie. We'd also have special thanks to our promotional sponsors, Shaw Cable, the Kootenai Advertiser, the Daily Townsman, Kootenai Quick Print, Kootenai Answering Service, and EK Radio. I'd also like to thank my co-host, Brett, and all of the models. And will you please stay and enjoy the lunch which the Inn of the South has graciously provided for you. The winners of the door prizes may pick up your prizes at the gift table. And our next bridal show will be held on February 25th, 1996. And I'd like to send our best wishes to all of you. Thank you for coming.
Before you leave, please subscribe to our channel. It will not only help you stay up to date with our videos, it will also be a nice way to show your support for the volunteers who make this project possible. Thanks for watching, and please tune in again.